Don't just burn your red MAGA hats, torch them. Torch them, torch them, torch them. That's what MAGA Republicans are saying as they leave Donald Trump in droves. We're hearing former Trump supporters let Donald Trump and his despicable regime know how much they hate him at town halls, at community meetings, at local government meetings, protesting those data centers that Donald Trump wants to put in their backyard. We are hearing it from UFC fighters who call Donald Trump a pedo protector and let it be known just how despised he is. We hear it from Nick Fuentes speaking to Hunter Biden about how low Donald Trump is amongst those kind of young men incels and other young men, right-wing MAGA people that Donald Trump used to try to court with the manosphere. I mean, we're hearing it everywhere. We're hearing and reading statements like this. The scariest political outcome isn't losing, it's winning. Then realizing that the party that begged for your vote now finds you and your priorities inconvenient. The base is tired of being treated like the hired help by the very people that we just elected. Now, it should be noted that there is a reason why the Trump regime wants to constantly focus on the communism boogeyman. In my opinion, and I'm giving you my opinion, Trump's the most communist leader like there is. And I'm just giving you an opinion as protected by the First Amendment. You can disagree with that opinion, but you've got Donald Trump taking control over the production of companies. He's seizing $13 billion apparently from Venezuela, working with a Chavista communist regime right there. Where the hell is that money going? Trump enriching himself and his right-wing oligarch crew, promising people that free this, free that, and then demonstrating what a fraud he is while making people suffer. I mean, you got this headline from Newsweek. Some Trump voters think gas would have been cheaper if Kamala Harris would have won. Yeah, we also wouldn't have lost the 75,000 manufacturing jobs. We're in essentially a jobs recession because of Trump. And we've got both job decreases and inflation rising. You have this stagflation as a result of this despicable Trump regime. And the American people are suffering. Trump voters are suffering. All Americans are suffering. You've got UFC fighter Sean Strickland just gave a interview recently. And I thought it was quite a powerful interview on this podcast that he gave an interview for, and he said, right now, it's kind of crazy just how unpopular Trump is, even amongst the hardcore Republicans. And Strickland used to be someone who was part of that UFC, guys who supported Trump. And here's what he's got to say right now. Let's play this clip.
What I will say, dude, it is kind of crazy, dude, how mainstream how unpopular Trump is. Because I'll go to places like I'm in Florida, I'm in a Texas guy, when we're talking about hardcore Republicans, and even these guys are like, I can't do anymore with Trump. I feel fucking betrayed. And Trump, to me, everyone's I was talking to this really wealthy guy about Iran, and he was like, fuck it, whatever, I don't care. I'm like, dude, you don't care because you're fucking you're a multimillionaire. But I was like, dude, you got to think about every other American in Florida, Texas that are making what is the average? I think it's $50,000-$60,000. So you take somebody making $60,000 and now you add 4% inflation, a metric fuck ton of gas. You're adding thousands of dollars a year to their life. You are crushing families, but it's the people that have voted you, that rallied around you, you actively just fucking spit in their fucking face for what, dude?
I'll get back to that in a moment as well. But you've got Marjorie Taylor Greene, who's been leading the movement of MAGA exiles away from Donald Trump. We've been sharing with you how she and Thomas Massie and others have really been dedicating their time to get MAGA out of the cult. You've got Marjorie Taylor Greene saying the following: How about just end the stupid war against Iran? By the way, as you know, there were more strikes last night. Iran hit Jordan. The U.S. and Saudi Arabia hit Iranian militias in Iraq. The price of oil surged. Not good. Marjorie Taylor Greene says, it's total bullshit and the most America last thing I've ever seen from a president and an administration that said no more foreign wars. How about put American first and just do your damn jobs? You serve the American people. You swore an oath to uphold our Constitution, and you work for the American people, not any other country, not the entire world, just the American people who pay all the effing taxes and pay for the government and pay your paychecks, whether you're a billionaire or not, whether you need the paycheck or not. You serve the American people. And while she was saying that, you had Netanyahu meeting with Donald Trump. Bibi was like, we had the greatest meeting of all time, and I told him about the nuclear weapons that Iran is building in Pickaxe Mountain and that we're going to have to strike Iran again. And all the American people are like, dude, just get the hell out of here. What are you doing? Seriously, we don't want more war with Iran. We don't want more wars in the Middle East. We want Americans to have health care. We want to stop these data centers in our backyard. We want to help Americans get jobs that they can get paid with dignity. We want to stop this outrageous wealth gap where the billionaires are getting social welfare for themselves while the American people who are hardworking, the backbone of our country, are getting screwed. And while Donald Trump hoists up people like Mark Levin, right? That's right now what Trump considers MAGA is Mark Levin. This is what Mark Levin posted. What's with all the cheap shots recently against Netanyahu? Is he not supposed to raise issues of concern in and about his country with us, including Iran's continuing nuclear activities at Pickaxe Mountain and F-35s for Erdogan, who is a grave threat to Israel as well as the entire region? Is it not the job and the responsibility to raise matters like this? I don't get all the public cheap shots, especially when not a single Arab leader or the heads of radical Islamist regimes in Pakistan and Turkey are never publicly disrespected. I don't even know what you're talking about. I think people are very critical of leaders of other countries as well. I don't know, maybe you don't, but I don't know what you're saying. But what do you mean the cheap shots? The cheap shots? I mean, how about the genocide in Gaza? How about the genocide and the obliteration in residential areas in Lebanon? I mean, how about the fact that we're being dragged into never-ending wars? That Netanyahu said that if Trump would invade, the people of Iran would greet him and Donald Trump like conquering heroes. And the United States invaded when there was a deal to be had back in February. Trump and Netanyahu, remember when they beamed themselves into the news networks in Iran? They like hacked in and they told the people, rise up for Bibi, rise up for Trump. And people are like, no, what the hell are you talking about? What are you even saying? It was such a false narrative that was sold about Iran in every way for this unlawful and catastrophic war that those aren't cheap shots, Mark Levin. You've destroyed our country and now you want to drag us back into war. We've all seen the videos of the tens of millions of mourners for Ayatollah Khomeini in Iran and in Iraq. You are encouraging ground wars with the Iranian civilization. That's what you think is the move right now? I mean, and that's why the MAGA people are looking at this. I mean, you have Shannon Joy. Shannon Joy a while ago would be, in my opinion, saying a lot of pro-Trump things. Here's what she's posted. She's doing a lot of interviews with Marjorie Taylor Greene, and she's out there saying, Trump's war machine is coming for our boys. The SSS launches a nationwide draft simulation for men 18 to 26 as Trump escalates the Iran war. And she's right. They are coming for your boys. They're coming. And Trump is coming for the girls, too. He's coming for the boys in different ways. But yeah, where do you think this is heading with the escalation trap? Where do you think this goes if Mark Levin and what Lindsey Graham wanted and what Netanyahu wants for the United States? This is not what we want in the United States. And you want to know what they're saying about us in Iran? You want to know what they're saying in Iran, like the latest Iran AI video about Donald Trump? This is what the United States has become. As Donald Trump and Netanyahu and Mark Levin took the moral clarity or at least the veneer of said moral clarity of the United States, and threw it in the garbage and put it in the shredder and throw it in the Mar-a-Lago pedo protector trash can. This is what they're saying in the latest AI Lego video. Let's play it.
Listen to the crowd. Louder! Don't stop talking about. Louder!
America's family farms are in trouble. Foreign entities and corporate conglomerates control the majority of America's meat industry, hijacking your dinner table and crushing our family farms. So what can we do about this? Let me tell you about a company that's coming up swinging on behalf of American family farms and your family's food security. Moink, that's moo plus oink. They offer grass-fed and grass-finished beef and lamb, pastured pork and chicken, born, raised, and harvested right here in the United States of America from real American family farms. Bacon don't lie, folks, and the Moink difference is a difference that you can taste. Moink is the real deal, folks. I love it, and you will too. Join the Moink movement today. Here, I'll make it easy for you to get started. I've asked them to give you their flavor-bursting, meaty chicken wings free for a year. Go to moinkbox.com/MeidasTouch right now and get your free chicken wings in every paid box. Enjoy the highest quality meat and take a stand for the American family farms. Spelled MOINK, box.com/MeidasTouch. That's moinkbox.com/MeidasTouch. MEIDASTOUCH.
Now, more on Sean Strickland being blacklisted from UFC events by the White House. Just think about how thin-skinned this regime is, this Trump regime is, being banned from the White House because of his criticism that Trump is a pedo protector and the regime are a bunch of pedo protectors. Here, play this clip.
So it's like they, and I still was like, fuck it, I'm still going to go anyways, but yeah, no, the UFC, the Trump administration, I think I was just salty for the UFC because like Trump blacklisted me from the White House, but the UFC blacklisted me from the whole event. They didn't give me security.
No shit.
Yeah, they didn't give me security. They didn't give me passes. There was like a big fan event where all the fighters went. They didn't let me go. But they would have fucking known. I mean, I don't blame the UFC because I would have been up there with a microphone like, hey guys, these fucking pedophiles, what are you fucking doing here? It's fucking Trump, dude. How many times is your name in the list? So I can't blame them.
Are you the one that said, why would I go fight for a bunch of pedophiles?
Yeah, I think I said like something like that. Like, I mean,
you got Donald Trump posting these weird cartoons on the White House account. Hop in. The best dimension yet is Trump is a cartoon of him like frolicking around the White House. Frolicking around the White House. That's my Trump frolic impression. Marjorie Taylor Greene posts, people can't afford gas, groceries, rent, and healthcare. And this is the weird, embarrassing crap the official White House account is putting out. Also, as the Trump regime deletes the killed in action and casualty report for Epic Fury, Operation Epic Fury, and moves it to overseas casualties so that it would be removed and Trump can pretend he won Epic Fury and that there's no more deaths or that the war's over and that this is just a new category called overseas casualties. Here's what former Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene says. The Department of War is not counting these American service member deaths in the official tally of dead U.S. soldiers from Trump's war against Iran because they claim they were killed after Trump signed the MOU, even though we are bombing every day. This is repulsive. Then Thomas Massey says, let me explain this absurd ruse. The Pentagon is pretending there have been 2 Iran wars, separated by a brief ceasefire. The reality, by going more than 90 days without congressional authorization, Pete Hegseth is breaking the law and must be held accountable. Dude, Pete Hegseth should go in front of The Hague. Let's not forget the war crimes this disgusting regime is doing every day by killing people in fishing boats in Venezuela, and then apparently also aiding and abetting assassination of prosecutors like the one in Ecuador who was trying to get to the bottom of some of these survivors from these fishing boats who were struck by the Trump regime and who survived the attempt to murder them. And they were tortured and disappeared in Ecuador and elsewhere. And then the prosecutor was assassinated. How about we how about we call war criminals, okay? And I just think the MAGA and the American people get it. Let me share this with you as well. Show you what was going on recently in Kansas. This was a community meeting where people showed up against the data center that they're building. And, you know, these people, this is Trump's plan, Trump's policy. He said it. I showed you what he said when he's been speaking in the various communities. He's pro data center in everybody's backyard. He calls it liquid gold, and this is what he pushes. Let me just show you, because as I've been saying, this isn't, I keep saying it over and over again, this isn't a Democrat thing, it isn't a Republican thing or an independent thing. This is this Trump Epstein class. These crooks, these criminals, these disgusting, vile right-wing oligarchs who are there, who are so greedy and they can't satiate their need to take and take and take from you and all to take from us. That's what they want to do. And they're just screwing everybody over. And so you're seeing people in Kansas. You're seeing people, by the way, there's a chance that the independent wins that Senate seat in Idaho as well. And a Republican can lose their seat right there. And that independent potentially caucuses with Democrats. I mean, I just think that this election coming up is going to be historic. And you're going to see a massive move. I think Democrats, and by the way, there are good Democratic candidates. I think more broadly speaking, there's a lot of issues, you know, in terms of fighting for the people, listening to the people, being there for this moment and recognizing, and there's too much complacency with the oligarchy, in my opinion. But I just think you're going to see a massive exodus away from MAGA and towards an opposition that will investigate strongly, powerfully, this cauldron of fascism and corruption and anti-American hate from this Trump regime. Let me show you what was going on in Kansas so you can see for yourself. Let's play it.
The table belongs to us. Thank you.
All right, next. Ask them to leave. Can I? Can I say that? Chief, will you take the next person out that claps or anything, please? Thank you.
Yes, yes. I am ready to. Yeah, I am ready. Come on, drag it. Come on, drag it.
Somebody does my spouse down. Please don't hurt him.
Come on, bro. Oh, no, ready to sit right. Let it stay.
Are multi-billionaires from Silicon Valley. Why is it okay for them to skip out on the taxes?
Next up on that row. It was very clear at the beginning that each person is given their 2 minutes. And we're trying to be respectful of that. Snapping, clapping, any other rude comments or anything, we will ask you to leave. You've been finally warned and we're done.
You guys all should be literally ashamed of yourselves. Kids don't want this, the community don't want this. The only one who this stands to compensate or to get what benefit from this is, it seems like, you guys. And we're all remembering this come election. Do what's right.
All right, next on the row. Waving at us distracts us. So I'm trying to focus on the speaker.
If you approve this, you'll be going against the people that voted you into those chairs. Put us in front of money, put us in front of special matters, put us in front of you. We are who matter. We are the people, and the table belongs to us. Thank you.
All right, next. Ask them to leave. Can I? Can I say that? Chief, will will you take the next person out that claps or anything, please? Thank you.
Yes, yes. I am like to speak. Yeah, I like to must. So come on here. Come on, drag it up. Come on, drag it up. All right.
My spouse down there.
And that was Kansas, ladies and gentlemen. That was Kansas. Let me know what you think. Hit subscribe. Let's get to 7 million subscribers. Have you got your copy of WTF America? If you haven't, get your copy of pre-order. It's the book I wrote with my brothers. It comes out in October. Pre-order. Hit the QR code wherever I always forget. I'm like a weatherman. Where the QR code is. Pre-order it now. Put in the comments WTF if you pre-ordered it. We really appreciate you so much. We're going to keep fighting for you. Thanks for watching. Have a good one.
Before you go, our book, WTF America, is available for pre-order now. It's the story of how we got here and how we fight our way back. To pre-order, scan the QR code or click the link in the description. Let's do this.